Top 10 Manhwa with OP MC. Who's ready to witness some seriously overpowered main characters just flex on everyone else? Today, we're counting down the top 10 manhwa with OP MCs that'll have you questioning if the authors even know what balanced means. We're talking protagonists so insanely overpowered they make Saitama look like a chump. Grab some popcorn and get hyped, cause these MCs are about to shatter the power ceiling. Starting as the Black Dragon Boss. Coming in at number 10 is starting as the Black Dragon Boss. Get ready for some insane power fantasy as our guy Su Yang finds himself reincarnated not just as a player, but as a freaking level 99 Black Dragon Boss. This dude is an absolute unit right off the bat, wiping out entire top tier guilds with a single breath of black fire. But he doesn't stop there. Su Yang keeps leveling up to even crazier heights like the level 999 Abyss Lord. With slick art and engaging premise and deliciously broken OP action packed into just 9 chapters so far, this new manhwa screams unfiltered power trip material. If you're craving some jaw-dropping action, scale-breaking OP madness, add starting as the Black Dragon Boss to your reading list ASAP. I became the game's biggest villain. Next up on our list of insanely overpowered manhwa MCs is the main man from I Became the Game's Biggest Villain. This bad boy kicks off with our dude getting isekai'd into a game world that's no joke. It's so tough that without some serious skills, you're basically dead meat. But here's the kicker though, our MC doesn't just become a player. Oh no, he straight up becomes the biggest, baddest villain the game has ever seen. Can you imagine the flex? This guy is out here making all the heroes' lives a living nightmare with his OP abilities. And from what we've seen in the 16 chapters so far, he's only gonna get more powerful and unbeatable. The art is slick, the story premise has me hooked, and I can already tell this is gonna be one wild villainous power trip. If you're craving that evil OP energy to spice up your reading, then I Became the Game's Biggest Villain needs to be your next binge. World Dominator. Our number 8 pick for today's OPMC manhwa extravaganza is the fresh new series World Dominator. This one kicks off with not one, but 2 insane premises that are just perfection. First, we've got Feng Beishuan, a dude who basically died trying to save his wife, only for his immortal soul to get reborn in a whole new world. But wait, there's more. His soul then merges with the body of Yang Fan, a young genius from a powerful sect who got offended thanks to some shady schemes. Can you imagine the levels of OP we're dealing with here? With Fang's experience and Yang's prodigy skills combined, you know this dude is about to go on an absolute rampage. The art looks slick, the story has my interest peaked, and in just 6 chapters, I can already tell this one is gonna be a wild cultivation power trip. If you're craving some fresh new OP madness with double the broken backstories, then World Dominator needs to be your next manhwa binge. Let's go! Apocalypse Sword God. Coming in hot at number 7 on our list is the apocalyptic power fantasy Apocalyptic Sword God. In this wild ride, RMC has clearly had it with playing nice in a world gone to hell. His new motto, if kindness can't cut it, then it's time to start cutting everything down with those sweet sword skills. We're talking insane techniques like Eternal Slayer, Heavenly Lightning Slash, and straight up Sword of Annihilation. But here's the real kicker, even basic sword moves can be upgraded all the way to triple S rank awesomeness when our guy's crazy divine talents get involved. Combine that with some forbidden skills thrown into the mix and you've got yourself an unstoppable force ready to bring hope to the apocalypse through sheer, unbridled OP-ness. The art looks absolutely killer, the first 7 chapters have me hooked, and I can't wait to see our edgelord MC just decimate everything in his path. Reborn as the Heavenly Demon. For our number 6 pick, we're diving into the wild world of Reborn as the Heavenly Demon. Our main man, Chon Ha-jin, used to be the big boss of the Iron Blood Alliance, a supreme martial arts master at the top of his game. But in a brutal twist of fate, he wakes up reincarnated as Bukley Dan, an absolute disgrace to his family who's been locked away for being a good-for-nothing gambler. Talk about a glow down, am I right? But you just know this dude isn't gonna stay down for long. With all his past life skills and a fresh start, Cha is about to embark on an epic redemption arc to reach even greater heights of power that he couldn't attain before. The first 7 chapters have already shown off some slick art and intriguing story beats. I can't wait to see this former big shot claw his way back to the OP glory, leaving a trail of defeated foes in his wake. If you're craving a badass underdog tale with insane power levels, Reborn as the Heavenly Demon needs to be your next read. The main characters that only I know. Coming in hot at number 5 on our list of the fresh new time-traveling adventure, The Main Characters That Only I Know. This one kicks off with our guy, Yoo-hyun, facing down death itself during an apocalyptic future on Earth. But just when it seems like curtains for him, bang! A bright light sweeps in and reincarnates him as a totally different race called the Tellers 10 years in the past. Can you imagine getting that kind of wildly OP second chance? Not only is Yoo-hyun armed with future knowledge, but he's also determined to truly live his best life this time around instead of just surviving. You already know this dude is about to go off like nobody's business. The first 15 chapters have already hooked me with their slick art, clever premise, and potential for RMC to become an absolute powerhouse protagonist. I'm dying to see how Yoo-hyun uses his future intel to get crazy overpowered and take the world by storm. If you're craving a fresh new take on the time rewind isekai with heaps of hype OP potential, then The Main Characters That Only I Know needs to be your next manhwa binge. Let's get it. Shadow's Resurgence. Get ready for our dark horse number 4 pick, the gritty revenge tale, Shadow's Resurgence. This one hits differently from the start with RMC Sal Cooper, once a loyal family shadow operative getting betrayed and abused after a twisted revelation. See, Sal was enchanted as a kid to take all the damage meant for the family heir, powering up the heir's abilities through Sal's suffering. Cold-blooded, right? Well, Sal breaks the enchantment through his own death, reclaiming the insane power stolen from him and ruining the family's heir in the process. Now, reborn before it all went down, an unstoppable Sal is out for vengeance. With slick art, a wild premise, and only 3 chapters out so far, I'm hooked on seeing this anti-hero's OP revenge story unfold. Reborn as the Heavenly Martial Demon. Number 3 is the scorching Reborn as the Heavenly Martial Demon. Humanity's on its last legs after losing against invading monsters with sellouts, traitors, and corpses littering the apocalyptic landscape. But then enters our savior MC Zhu Qi, dropping spine-tingling one-liners like, "Back then, you invaded our world, so why cry now?" With Zhu unleashing martial demon fury, these monsters' rude awakening is nigh. The first 10 chapters hook you with crispy art, a killer premise, and the promise of RMC's pure apocalyptic devastation. Craving wildly intense, high-stakes OP action with badass one-liners? Add Reborn as the Heavenly Martial Demon to your list. It's Demon Hunter Power Fantasy perfection. Trash of a dark fantasy. Get hyped for our number 2 OP MC pick, the brutal, no-filter manhwa, Trash of a Dark Fantasy. This one throws you into the deep end from page 1. RMC wakes up labeled as literal trash in a world hellbent on chaos and apocalyptic destruction. Demons, cultists, ominous forces, the works. But instead of rolling over, our so-called trash protagonist decides to level up and fight for survival in the most metal way possible. Only 23 chapters in, I'm already hooked by the deliciously greedy art style and the promise of our anti-hero unlocking crazy OP abilities to lay waste to this messed up world. If you crave seriously intense, no-holds-barred dark fantasy action with an underdog destined for badass overpowered greatness, then buckle up for Trash of a Dark Fantasy. This is top-tier edgelord power fantasy material. Mightiest Melee Magician. We've reached the peak with our number 1 spot, the insanely hype Mightiest Melee Magician. This one kicks off with Lewin Ardell, a certified magic genius and valedictorian at a prestigious academy. But a cruel twist hits when he gets cursed, crippling his abilities at age 10. Does he accept being a has-been? Hell no. Lewin decides if he can't cast spells, he'll become an unstoppable hand-to-hand beast instead. Only 20 chapters in, I am already hooked on the premise of a magic prodigy turned martial arts monster. Lewin's combining genius magic talent with sheer brutality for a combo built to break shonen laws. With crispy art, this fresh OP magic twist has rocketed to the top of my must-read list. If you crave unfiltered action, start binging Mightiest Melee Magician now. There you have it, folks, the most overpowered manhwa main characters that will make you question reality itself. Whether through unbeatable abilities or sheer dumb luck, these protagonists took the concept of being OP to ludicrous new heights. If this list had you frothing at the mouth for more busted anime madness, don't forget to slap a like and hit that subscribe button. More over-the-top countdowns are headed your way soon enough.